What's up, guys? So welcome back to No Collar Entertainment. This is Matt.
This is Ariane.
And we're playing Madden.
Woo!
I wasn't sure if you actually started or not, so
I had. I just wasn't sure if we were streaming yet.
Oh, yeah. No, we've already said it's EA.
What's up, guys? Welcome.
What were we talking about at the end of the last stream?
I don't know. You were being trolly about something. I don't know what it was.
I don't think I was. I'm not going to say like I was not, because I know I'm 100% sure I wasn't. I am pretty sure I wasn't. I don't think I was. Yeah, I don't know if I can look, actually.
Wow.
What? It's the beauty of streaming our lives. You can go back and look for freaking video evidence if I need to.
Alright. So we have the Bengals today. Them Bungles.
Yay.
We're going to start a party. That way they can't hear what we're saying. Huh?
That's probably a good call.
Alright.
Turn that down. Fast forward
that. Who they say they're gonna beat them Bengals? By the way, who came up with it first? Who they or who dat?
No idea.
Because whoever was second, y'all are lame. But I'm pretty sure it was Cincinnati because it just doesn't flow as well. It's who dat. Kansas City and Philadelphia. I want to change these playbooks next year. They're not the ones. But stuck with them for this year, so.
Oh, that's what it was.
What? What were we arguing about?
We were talking about that sometimes a twist is good in a movie, isn't it? Like,
A twist can be good with a bad movie.
It doesn't feel like it's earned. The twist itself works, except that the movie, the rest of it doesn't, so the twist can't possibly work.
The Mist?
What are you talking about?
The Mist, I would not say is a good movie.
No, but the twist fits. It's not like I was trying to get to this point. Dear God, I wish I hadn't. I mean, I'm glad I did because that twist was so fucking big. But like the rest of the movie follows suit. It makes sense. It flows very well. You can't have like this fantastic twist that doesn't. The whole point of the twist is that you. Did we not just learn anything watching those fucking videos about like Brandon McNulty about what makes a good twist? I wish it used the Saw movies as an example, but it almost never really uses a lot of horror movies as examples. Why?
Because horror movies are too good for him to comment on.
Because horror movies, almost by a genre, are usually bad. they misfire on so many writing elements, and it's fine. We will forgive them. That's the point. We will see them. We get scared out of our mind. But even sometimes those elements have to work to a certain extent for your suspension of disbelief.
Holding? Can I get a holding? I can get a holding. Bring it on back.
Which is why I don't like horror movies, because their tropes ruin my suspension of disbelief. I'm more angry than anything, and I can't get into being scared as a result.
Sure.
But my point is, give me another example of a movie where the twist was good, but the movie wasn't.
You're gonna have to give me a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
12.
Damn.
Identity.
Huh?
Identity. One of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. But I can recognize that the first two acts aren't the greatest.
I may be able to give you that one.
Okay.
Here we go.
I feel, though, that in general, there's something inaccurate about that statement. And I don't want you to feel like I'm just doing it just to troll you. I'm not doing this just to disagree with you. This is something that I feel, but I just don't know how to express it.
I kind of get where you're coming from.
Okay.
It's definitely a bold statement.
And you, my friend, are nothing if not bold.
Exactly. All right, that was good. Will Anderson with his first sack of the season 10 weeks in.
Oh, Jesus.
The number 3 overall pick.
Wow. What have you been doing all this?
I don't know.
He's trying to finally get into the zone or something? Like...
Oh, that's touchdown.
Oh, my God. Oh. Oh my God! You make those miss so badly. I thought you were like, I'm like, oh, that's again bold statements. Don't give a touchdown. Oh. You gotta capitalize here now.
Here we go.
Well, so also during the month of October, we've also agreed that we will do sports movies.
Yeah.
We can do sports movies if we want, because sports movies are another one of those genres that I don't necessarily like not necessarily look forward to, that I don't seek out on the regular. That's what kind of this part is. It's kind of like force us to look past what we're used to watching. And Matt knows a lot more movies than I do, so this is a way for me to be exposed to them.
Yep.
Well, also there's some movies that I've watched that I really love Rookie of the Year that I will get him to watch as well.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year really holds up.
It really does, right? It's
I
weird.
really hate that.
Why do you hate it?
I thought it was campy as a kid, and I thought it was funny last time we watched it.
Wow.
Like, usually movies don't get better with age.
No, and that's the crazy thing. It was like a kid's movie. And so, kids' movies as a general rule tend to be written terribly because the audience isn't going to be looking at it that closely.
Yeah.
And you're trying, more or less, you're usually just trying to like reinforce
Here we go.
simple concepts that, because it's kids. So like this idea of good and evil, like, is very easy, but the gray and the nuance or whatever usually is not something that is typically inherent in a kids movie. Although, I think that's more maybe that's probably one of the reasons why I love anime. That's why I loved anime as a kid, because like I was craving something that was not just good and evil. Good and evil has its place. Don't get me wrong. Love that shit. I watch wrestling. But, but yeah, like, Gray's fun too. Gray makes you feel terrible things like The Mist. That fucking movie.
Oh! That was a pick, too.
Yep. But yeah, so you said you wanted to watch American Underdog.
Mm-hmm.
That was a movie you wanted to watch. You know what kind of movie? You know what? I think we should watch Hoosiers.
That, yeah, we really do need to watch
I've
that.
never seen it. I live in the fucking state of Indiana.
It's unanimous.
I grew up in basketball.
A lot of people think it's the best sports movie ever made, and I've never seen it.
And yeah, all these reasons, and Gene Hackman. All these reasons and more.
Gene motherfucking Hackman.
Like my family is an IU Hoosier family.
Even though you went to Purdue?
Even though I went to Purdue.
How do they feel about that?
My sister and brother don't give a shit. They don't care. But my mom doesn't really care either. But I do remember her giving me like IU shit every once. I had an IU purse at some point. I don't know what happened to it as I've gone through purses throughout my life. But she gave me an IU purse when I was at Purdue. When I was going to Purdue. Like, that's a weird gift. She gave me a couple of things like that, like IU shit while I was in college. Like, I was at Purdue, like, and I think I was asking her about it. She's like, well, I have, I went to Purdue. I went to IU. Like, yeah, but I don't. Very obviously don't. In fact, we're supposed to be mortal enemies or something stupid. Purdue is the thing. That's why I never really got into sports when I was at Purdue. Because every time I heard about, like, we're facing our rivals. It's Notre Dame, and IU, and Ohio State, and Northwestern, and Michigan. And like, who is our actual fucking rivals? Well, it's really IU, but it's actually Notre Dame. Like, no, you get one rival.
Not in college, because it's like 100 teams.
We part of the Big 10 or Big 12, what the fuck it is now. You can't be rivals with all of them. They're just opponents at that point. Rivals are like, they're supposed to mean something, but is it just that we suck so badly that all the games are important? Because this one we might actually win?
I mean, Purdue.
Don't give me that. Purdue has been hit or miss good at various times, at least in my lifetime, in a way that my fucking football team hasn't. My professional football team has not. So, but I digress. We should watch Twitch or something.
I agree.
So maybe we'll make that a point this month, I mean. Yeah, so our rule is in this house, we try to focus on, I think part of it, we started because we watch so many movies in general. We really haven't watched as many movies as we used to as a rule throughout the rest of the year. But I think we try and make it a point to do so because we started this in October, where we actually started because Matt wanted me to watch the Saw movies because I'd never seen any of them past the first one. Ari, you should be a coach. Why is that so good? Let me see. You get a chance. You'd be a iron fist ruler. I mean, yeah.
That's accurate.
What?
That's accurate.
I mean, I have standards. What the fuck? If you can't live up to them, there's the door. I will be happy to help you get up to those standards. However, next wrestling can be Coach Jefferson. Just go after the whistle.
I have one in the car.
Oh God, no.
Oh yeah, he read that all the way. I gotta give him props. He read that all the way.
I feel like you can hear me because I know the mic's on, so you can hear outside stuff, but I'm not getting a response.
Huh?
Can I get the phone, please?
Oh yeah.
So that I can see the chat. Thank you.
I'm focused.
I understand. I understand. Although you slide in and out of the conversation, and then when you're out, and that's the part where I'm asking you for something. Oh, he almost did that again.
Yep.
Shit. Okay. Well, I don't do that no more. Yeah, that's fuckers. What is it, darlings? My love. Loves of my life. What do you want? Not food. Make me food. What else you want? Love? Attention? Good for kicking the ass? I have those on tap. You really don't know what that means. Good girl.
On two.
Yeah, so we started watching Saw movies, and Matt was trying to convince me that they were good, and then I just see holes in all of them. And it just got worse as time went on. Like, the first one was fine. The first one I poke holes in all, because, like, you can poke holes in almost any movie, and that's fine, though. Like, they're made by humans, so they're not going to be perfect, but you can still enjoy them. The second one, it was a little more enjoyable. Fine, whatever.
Here we go.
The third one, and then it just kept getting worse after that. And at some point, I think he conceded that they were not good movies. That doesn't mean you can't still enjoy them. It means I can't enjoy them. But it doesn't mean you can't hate them.
Oh, there once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew hard about it down below.
one, ready?
And so they actually proceeded from Saw into spooky movies season next year, and I think, or no, that's what it was. Like, was it I have to watch Saw, but then like you have to watch movies that I wanted to pick?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it just became, okay, we're just gonna pick spooky movies and then we'll do October. But then like later on, I think we were like, there was movies that you wanted to watch or that I wanted to watch, and just never ever had time to watch them. They tended to be sports movies, and we're like, you know what? How about? Or I realized that in October you have 4 things kind of happening at once. Like all 4 of the major sports in America are all happening for the first at the only time of the year. Like, hockey's starting.
Yep.
Basketball is starting. Football is obviously going on, and then the World Series is happening in October. So this doesn't mean we have to focus on those 4 sports, but sports movies are acceptable, basically. Especially if we were getting tired of spooky movies or we were having a hard time figuring out what we wanted to watch. But we've never really been in a shortage of those spooky movies. I think the issue is sometimes we want to watch the ones that we like a little too much.
But every once in a while you can get overloaded on horror. I think that's when we start going to the sports movies.
I think that's what it was. But that's when we also were watching like a movie almost every other day.
Yeah.
Just because we just had the schedule allowed us to do that. And we haven't really been able to do that in a couple of years. A couple of years ago, totally got sick, so we really couldn't do it then. Last year, we tried doing it and we just never had time. And then we were also streaming a lot more, so that was part of it too. And you're on Madden. Madden was also, I think, part of it was that you've been on Madden for years, but and our streaming schedule was never that consistent initially. This was a way for us to hang out.
Yeah.
Especially during the month of October, so.
Ready? Let's go.
Is that what it was? Is that what you want? Do you want more food? I mean, because you were like trying to bowl and not doing it. Or something else, just let me know.
All right.
On one, ready?
Like, grab your phone just to put it down somewhere and not see what's going on.
On one, ready?
I feel like Bring It On counts as a sports movie.
Yes, of course it is.
Why are you saying it like that? And I have to say I was laughing at your very obvious and visceral reaction to that statement.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
Of course it's a sports movie. Why wouldn't it be a sports movie?
Because it is a sports movie.
Exactly.
I agree. So
I agree. I 100%.
I kind of want to watch it because I haven't seen it in a while.
That's fine.
Had you watched it before we started
Here we
dating?
go.
Huh?
Had you watched it before we started dating? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I remember us watching it, but I also remember you not wanting to watch it and then really liking it after we watched it.
Well, you know, stereotypes and toxic masculinity and all that fun stuff.
That's what I figured. Because you said it.
I was still growing out of all that stuff when we watched it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Also because pretty soon you're gonna hear people start saying for it's cold out there.
There must be some Tauros in
Clovers! 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 You son of a bitch, Clovers!
You son of a bitch.
I love you.
Damn.
Do you feel like I'm verbally abusive? Like, in all real seriousness, do you feel like I'm verbally abusive when you know that I'm cursing, but like in jest?
No, of course not. What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
Just making sure. For the stream, also, if anyone just jumps in and like, did she just call her husband a jackass and a son of a bitch?
Yes. Help me.
Oh wait, what?
What?
It appears the one who's trash is the one who's used the pickles. Only by 3.
Man, the game ain't over yet.
Yeah, it's a super close game, honestly. This is the third quarter.
Why wouldn't you try to pick that?
Second quarter, and yeah, so still early.
Here we go.
Fuck winter.
Fuck what?
Fuck winter.
Oh, I agree. Kinda. Because we do get to stream more and we get to hang out more and I don't have responsibilities to do outside of work.
No, but it occurred to me, I'm on TikTok and I'm into astrology, like not really into it, but it's in a mild interest of mine. So I, of course, sometimes know that, oh, you kind of like this one thing? Let me give you 12,000 videos on that subject and like 3 more cat videos. Like, can I get a dog video in here somewhere? Like, do I have to? No. Fine. So one of the videos I saw was talking about like, what was the darkest humor or the darkest, astrology sign or whatever, like one of those stupid or whatever. And of course Capricorn, of course we are. Scorpio was number 1, and the only reason I can think of is like we were born, like Capricorn sign is between winter, December 22nd, which is when winter starts, and spring,
Here we go.
March 22nd. So, but majority of that is this, it goes from December, January, February. We're in the dead of fucking winter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So of course we're dark. Everyone else around us is celebrating their birthdays during the rest of the goddamn year, while we have to just pray for the return of the sun again. That's how we get to celebrate our birthdays. For the majority of the planet, most of us humans live in the northern hemisphere, where it's cold during those months.
Here we go. Here we go.
And so we've just come to expect, like, we learn to live with disappointment at a very early age, is my point. At least February and March, it's starting to get warmer. But yeah, so fuck winter.
My team fucking blows.
No, they don't. There's room for improvement, to be sure.
I need defense. I need a lot of defense.
Which is weird. Why don't you have any?
Huh?
Which is weird. Why don't you have any?
Because they're old or super young and there's no one in their prime on the defense.
Well, the super young can, like, learn from the older ones, right? Are they not learning?
That's not how it works in Madden.
Well, isn't that how experience works, though?
Yeah, you would think so.
Jesus.
Huh? What? Talking shit?
No, baby, no. I was just...
Talking shit.
It was the wind, I promise. The wind was talking shit. To be fair, though, I'm a Bears fan. Talking shit's all I got. About everyone and everything. And most of all, my team. Oh, that shouldn't work. I feel like I feel like people will look at Bears fans, real Bears fans, the ones who are honest about what's going on right now. Jesus. And they'll hear us talking shit about another team. terrible they were doing. And they're like, wait, aren't you a Bears fan? I'm like, yeah. So I recognize shit when I see it.
If anyone knows the Bears fan.
Don't get me wrong. Your team is shit, but it's not as bad as mine. Unless you're the Broncos. You know, we're pretty bad, but we're never let somebody score
70 points, yeah.
Bad. Yeah. Oof. That's pretty fucking bad.
Rough, Denver, it's rough.
Go an entire fucking game almost without scoring anything while the other team scores 40 points on us. Something.
On one, ready?
You know what? I just realized I want to. If I ever had a sports team, and I had to name it, I would name them the Velociraptors.
Of course you would.
Not just the Raptors, the Royals are the Raptors. We actually afford them. I don't care if they made creative decision making when they came up with the name or the appearance or whatever in Jurassic Park. They're fucking terrifying. They're fucking terrifying.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is how my brain works. Is I got to that because I was thinking of, you know what really worked? The chicken defense from fucking Star Wars. Yay! But I'm pretty sure that Dev's been blitzing everything, and you can't do that with this game.
Alright.
Like, oh, I wish I had a team. I would call them chickens. And I'm like, no, there's no way it's going to work. For some reason, ducks are okay, but chickens not so much.
Alright, that's where we start turning it around.
Yay! I mean, you may as well. We got a whole other half of the game to figure this shit out. Oh! Do it! Do it! Keep getting so close. I mean, 1.5. 1.5 touchdowns. Like, you get a touchdown is like another field goal. You'll be fine. But not fine. You're tied. I think you're just falling over the line, or you're just trying to get a touchdown because it happens.
Oh!
Wow!
He caught that! Oh,
Wow!
shit! Let's go!
What a crazy bullshit.
Squeezing it in. Alright, we'll take that. We are back in the saddle. Back in the saddle, Luger. Alright, now just don't be stupid.
Yeah. No.
That's it. That's all we gotta do is not be stupid.
See, you say that. But now it's one super. It's just one score. See, before you know it, things are gonna be up. Everything's gonna be up.
Yep.
Yay!
We'll try a trick play to see if I can break something out.
Ready, get.
Alrighty. See, it's not so bad. He honestly should be up by a lot more.
So I'm gonna switch gears. We started a conversation yesterday about the playoff picture for 2023, and I don't remember anything we said. But let's take one conference at a time.
Okay.
Right. So we know the Lions are going. We don't know, but we've made it.
It looks pretty confident.
Yeah, like short of a complete implosion on their part or miracle on one of the other three teams' parts. Honestly, I don't think the Bears, even with a miracle, can make the playoffs this year. So we're just gonna hope for
3 wins is a miracle for the Bears right now.
So, are they 0-3?
Yes. They're god awful. Trash.
I want to point out something, and then I'm going to instantly shy away from that point. That at some point, wasn't like the luck led Colts a couple times actually. They were on 3 at the start.
Yes.
And then they still went to the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay. That also was because they had Andrew Luck though. So.
Yeah.
And they were the rolling down a hill dumpster fire, just careening out of control wildly around corners, leaving flaming debris. In its wake. I don't know why I said that way.
That's the name of our next daughter.
Debris.
Yeah.
Just get across the line.
Yep.
Just
see, they can hear you.
They can. Why can't my fucking team hear me? So, but yeah, no, careening around down a fucking hill
of debris,
bumping into parked cars on its march, like onslaught down towards the bottom of a hill that we cannot see. But yeah, I digress. The point is, let's talk about the happier futures of other teams. Lions are going. NFC West, we said probably.
Niners.
Niners. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. And then for some reason, discounted them from that Final Four or something like that. But NFC East said the Cowboys.
Eagles.
Okay, no, Cowboys are a wild card.
They're looking like a wild card, but they lost to the fucking Cardinals.
Yeah. So we'll just go with the bracket winners right now. So Eagles, and then like the division winners. And so what was that? NFC South? Is it the Bucks?
No, I didn't say the Bucks. No, I did say the Bucks. Yeah, I think the Bucks will take that one.
What was NFC South? That's
Carolina, Saints, and someone else who sucks. I can't remember who.
Get there, Falcons.
Yeah, it's Falcons. Falcons don't really suck though, but I don't see them getting there yet.
Okay, so we'll go with the Bucks right now. So the wild card though, obviously can change. All this can change, but we're gonna assume that the super factor that we're throwing out. This is usually why I don't get invested in football before the 3rd week, because really by the 3rd week you have an idea of what you have. There's not a whole lot of people who are going to go 0-3 and then get into the playoffs. Just not. There's not a whole lot that can be said for a team that's 1-2 to start.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say that it can't change. Obviously, the Lions decided that they wanted to change that last year, or they wanted to go out on the track for it, because they had that 10-game win streak, or whatever, and they're looking like dynamite now. So, fortunes can change. It's highly unlikely. Then you also have teams that will win 6 and start out 6-0 and then like lose the next 7 games. So never really know in this league, but we'll just start there. It's more than likely, even if say that those 4, we're gonna go with those 4. Even if one of them doesn't pan out, it's not likely to change the playoff circumstances. Because if you take, for example, I'll use the Bucks for example, right?
Okay.
If we're assuming that they make it to the playoffs in this scenario that we're talking about, trying to pick the winner of the Super Bowl, or trying to pick who's going to be in the Super Bowl. You start with like Bucks, and let's say that they don't be good enough to get into the playoffs. They are beat by the Falcons. But then, I mean, really considering that the Falcons don't look that hot right now, they weren't considered as part of the playoff picture, that it's unlikely that they are going to beat anybody past the first round. And if they barely beat the Bucks, and we're talking about the Bucks in the first place getting there, and the Bucks, barely made it also, then they are likely to have the same outcome. It's not like if you swapped in the Bears for the Lions. The Lions could possibly make a push for the Super Bowl this year. I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
If the Bears somehow made it as division winners this year, I highly doubt that they are going anywhere past the first round.
Yeah.
Highly.
Super highly.
It is because there was a massive implosion on the parts of the other 3 teams in their division that they somehow managed to win by default. I don't know how that works. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. Like, I think obviously you have to look at like the ultimate like division standings. Like, where was it? What was it? Was it last year or the year before? Where like,
fuck,
you had multiple. Oh Jesus!
Fucking lag, bro.
I'm so sorry. You had multiple teams going into the playoffs with losing fucking records.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which is just sad. So you can swap out any one of those teams from that division, and you will probably have had the same outcome. Maybe one of them manages to win a game, but that nothing else. So all that preamble to get down to this. Who do you think are the wild cards in this? We said possibly Packers or somebody else.
Seahawks.
Here we go.
I'm going to say this for safety's sake for right now, just to say it. Let's go with the Seahawks. I think the Packers, could a very good conversation argument made for them next year with Jordan Love. But I think it's the inexperience. I think is going to ultimately be what is going to keep them out. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks for the wild card in their place. What were the other 2 that you were saying?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at it.
Okay. Well, we'll start there. Because it's not often that the wild card does make it to the final, the AFC Championship. So let's assume that it's possible for one of them to do it, but not necessarily all 3 of them have the equal chance. Give me a second.
On 1, ready?
Okay, that's kind of interesting. One, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Interesting. 5, 6, 7.
11.
So that's pretty close to what we had, actually. I was looking for a playoff bracket to kind of get an idea of what
the structure of the NFL playoffs look like. That it's just easier for me to see it, so I can talk about it. And there was an actual, like, someone's already got out there, obviously, because betting is a thing, a potential playoff bracket right now as it stands. After week 3, like, what do we think it's going to look like? And at least on the NFC side, it's not that far off from what we had. Everything that we said was actually pretty accurate. They have better seeds in terms of, like, who was in the first seed versus the third seed, blah, 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 blah. But, like, the same teams are in there, except for Atlanta. They actually switched. They have Atlanta and we said Bucks, but we said those two could be interchangeable. They have Seattle instead of Green Bay. We also said that would be interchangeable. And I actually lean more towards Seattle. And then the other teams are all there. Detroit, Dallas, Philly, and New Orleans. Oh, no, New Orleans is in. That's weird. That was different. No, I think there's someone else in that place. We can't remember what it was. So, but yeah. I think it's interesting they have Detroit in the number 3 seed. I guess it's based on who they've played, though, too.
Well, with the Eagles in that conference and the...
They have the Eagles number 2.
Yeah.
They have San Francisco number 1.
Yeah. I mean, that actually kind of makes sense.
Which is basically saying that Philly's gonna, because how it works is that Philly would face the number 7 seed, and Philly's highly more than likely gonna win, which means you would see San Francisco versus Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even get the benefit of an NFC championship with that one, if that's the case. If that's the case, because that still kind of presumes that San Francisco is the number 1 position. Unless they slip, they have to slip significantly for them to not be going up against New Orleans or whoever they think is the 7th seed. And then for that person to lose, which is much more likely than not. So they would end up kind of beating each other out for the NFC Championship. And it would be up to the other teams to decide who they're going to, like, it's going to be San Francisco or Philadelphia, is basically what they're saying, going to the NFC Championship versus somebody else. I really think it's Detroit. But I really don't know nearly enough about the other teams on here, specifically the Falcons or Seattle, to really make a guess. That is interesting, though. On the AFC side, and this is all hypothetical, right? I'm looking at somebody else's interpretation of, like, the seeds right now. Of where we would be if we did the playoffs right now. On the AFC side, they have, in the order of seed, Miami is number 1. Pittsburgh is number 2. What's Pittsburgh number 2? Okay. Kansas City is number 3. Indianapolis is 4. Followed by Baltimore, Cleveland, and Buffalo. How the fuck did Pittsburgh get on here? They suddenly start being better after that first, whatever the hell they did.
Their defense is playing really well right now.
Still number 2. Alright, well, the nice thing about that is in this scenario, they will face Buffalo. They would probably lose, probably, because I'm really kind of surprised that they lost because Buffalo lost to the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow. After losing Aaron Rodgers, they just could not capitalize on anything. But the Jets' defense was really fucking strong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is a possibility that Pittsburgh actually does beat Buffalo if we're looking at this bracket here. But then they have to go up against Miami. I'm not so certain about that one.
That's really the question for me this year. Like, not who's going to the Super Bowl, who is going to stop Miami?
Well, and so in this scenario, whoever Miami's going to the AFC Championship is my assumption based on this. So then it would be Kansas City versus Cleveland, the winner of that versus Indiana versus Baltimore, and more than likely the winner of any of that contest is going to be Kansas City. More than likely, if that is accurate. Kansas City beats Cleveland. Indiana actually beat Baltimore.
They have Indiana there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I would have thought the Jaguars or even the Texans would have been better, but but then I wholeheartedly believe Kansas City would beat Indianapolis. Then again, they did it last year.
They are undefeated against Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh God, that is not a statistic that I am proud of. I don't know how to feel about it. Like it doesn't. I don't know how I feel about it. I just don't. But maybe this is the year that they manage to figure out how to stop Indy or something. And so it's Kansas City versus Miami in the AFC Championship. That's going to be fascinating.
Oh, Kansas City and Miami would just be fun. Tyreek versus Mahomes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I am still really holding out for Detroit versus Kansas City. That is the outcome that I want of all of this. I think it is just... It is a shit that movies are made of. Right? You go in, and the team you meet in the first week is... If they become your rivals, or they are your rivals, or they're like an unstoppable force, you overturn them somehow. Like either the underdog wins, or like the underdog usually loses. And then they come back to redeem themselves later. In the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Or in the championship or whatever. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. We've written the same thing, and it's always enthralling. And so I would love to actually see it play out. And especially the fact that Kansas City would be facing one of their former teammates in order to get through there. To face the juggernaut. Hell, in this situation, Kansas City is actually a fucking underdog. They lost to Detroit the first week. And now they have to like go through a better team, a bigger team or whatever, to get there. It's unfortunate though, because I'm going to make this comment, and I want you to tell me what you think. I feel like Kansas City is about to become the new Patriots if they haven't already. And when I say that, I don't mean that in terms of just winning. I mean in that they come out with this underdog mentality or story, despite the fact that they are basically the evil empire. They're the team that everyone is trying to beat. They're the standard that everyone is trying to live up to. And they are consistently establishing or asserting their dominance. I don't know if they're going to have the same longevity as the Patriots, but is that not somewhat accurate?
I mean, it's
starting to shape up that way.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what it is, but I would not be wholly surprised if that's what it becomes. Which sucks, because I fucking hate the Patriots. For that same reason. I don't want that hate to be transferred to the Chiefs. Specifically Patrick Mahomes. I like him. As a player, as a personality, I don't know him personally, obviously. I cheer for him. I did not cheer for Tom Brady. Not once. Even when I needed his team to win, because I needed my team, I needed the other team to lose. And it just made me feel terrible every time. No, I guess if you're gonna take a push for a year.
alright. Ay. Couldn't get a stop there. My defense needs so much fucking work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look on the bright side. Isn't helping Kyle out or something? Then he
Care about helping Kyle out? The fuck?
Well, he comes to our channel, so I want to help our viewers. Hi, Tony. Hi, precious baby, pretty princess. You've been a good girl. And technically it's actually Ripley, but you're gonna get enough. You're a good girl, you're my pretty puppy. Yes, you are a good girl. Tommy, most of the time. You're not yelling at mommy or shitting in the house. We're getting in the shit station. I'm also kind of hoping to be able to put a bet on this one, and I know like the earlier you're able to do it, the more it pays out. But nothing crazy, man. Like, how much like the odds are like 300 to 1 or whatever, or like a $5 bet or something. Like I know that.
Like $40.
For what?
Plus 300. I think that's like $40.
What the
I
cost?
think maybe I'd have to check.
The cost of it, or what you actually win from it?
What you win?
For a 300 to 1 shot?
I'd have to check.
Oh, maybe I don't understand how betting works. Which is why I don't do it. I assumed that if it's 300 to 1, then it means that you be paid out 300 times your bet. That's not how it works.
Kinda. I don't. That's not how they do it. It's not 300 to 1. It's like plus something odds, and I don't know how to explain it.
Okay. Oh dear God.
That's not what I wanted.
I can imagine. I'm just trying to go to the outside and get that's first down. And then try to touchdown. I'm curious, why didn't you use the timeout earlier?
I should have.
Yeah. I mean, you still have time to possibly get in there. I feel like you have to maybe get in there now.
Ready?
You got this one. Oh, shit. Oh, let's look for the second shot, though.
Yeah, now it's time for a Hail Mary. Ah! I don't know why. I've never seen a Hail Mary work on Madden. Yep, that'll do it. I should have won that game.
Yeah.
Really should have won that game. We're having serious audio issues, so sorry we were cutting out all game. Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna call it there. I gotta go to bed anyway, and this audio starts pissing me off, honestly. So we love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
For No Kind Entertainment, this is Matt.
There he is.
We're out.
Bye.